Let the storm rage on. Cold never. Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the one, the only, the Azothan, and we're here today with a rather special look at a different game, Azeroth Wars Genesis. Hello to the four of you in the chat as it is right now. I'm sure that I hope that will grow as we go on. But we're going to look at Genesis today, made by Alulia. You can find it on diplomunion.com. It does have its own section, and I hope to do it justice today. As you can already see, it is an Azeroth Wars map. It is an Azeroth Wars themed map based off an older version, and Diverge decided to go its own way with its own alliances and upgrades and late game. So we're going to take a look at that today. And in the chat, luckily, I have Sukramo, who is very, very serious about me restarting the replay so that we don't have to play zoomed in like that. Good times! Anyway, Sukramo knows quite a bit about this map, and he advertises it, so he's in the chat to make sure if I say something dumb, he can fix it, which is very good. I'm very glad he's there. It gives me a bit of a safety net. I feel so secure, you know, like I'm in bed with someone I can trust. Don't imagine Sukramo in bed. I just did, and I'm weeping. I'm just kidding. Alright, but actually it does give you a chance to look at the screen. Azeroth Wars Genesis 0.68b. It's still in beta, but the 1.00a version that's coming out is going to have many, many changes. I'm sure you can go discuss that at diplomunion.com. Shows the commands, Eulalia, Hannibal. Special thanks to Avrion, Eagleman, Raelian, and Thur. Also, phenomenal editors of past maps, and of course, this map being in Azeroth Wars depends on their past work. So, Jenzul saying they've heard talk about this map, so we're going to see more than talk. Because the game's a little different. In the North Alliance, for instance, we're going to be seeing 2 versus 2, and in the South fight, it's also 2 versus 2. So there's no 3 versus 2 or 2 versus 1. I believe green, elves having been removed, they are an option later on for the North Alliance. I think it's a second chance possibly, when green has now been moved to the Dragonmaw clan down south, and that will be yellow's first enemy while Arathor fights off teal. Teal and green, of course, working together. I have people are talking. I love you all so much. Hey, Pt.1, Jenzul, Sukramo, and Dolkstekla. You've all made it! Heroes all. Oh, Dolkstekla, I know it's Sukramo. He's going to be behaving, though. I did ask him kindly to put on his best suit. He's spruced up. He's looking all fine, mighty, and charming today, and I think it's going to stick. People are very glad that they can hear my voice over their games while we play. As you can see, Genesis is taking a little bit longer in its frozen state than Azeroth Wars usually does, but we'll get to the end, and hopefully I won't screw up. God, I've got to adjust it so that when I roll the middle mouse button, it no longer zooms in. I've got to figure out how to fix that, because I never use it. I don't use it in game, and if I'm gonna use it, then I'll mechanically put it back by hand. It doesn't matter, but I can't have it like this. It's too much. Mouse captured, game beginning. Azeroth Wars Genesis 0.6869b, beginning now. This part will be cut out of the recorded version, 'cause it's slow. Alright, there we are. And I don't think I need to redo the intro. I'll just speed up past this part. And I'll just cut it and splice it back in together like none of that ever happened. You here, live, get to see that I am not, in fact, perfect. I am not infallible. I mess up all the time, actually. It's very embarrassing. You would not believe the number of episodes that will never show up on the channel just because I finished my recording and found out I hadn't been recording. And I went, well, I guess I'm never going back to that game again because now my reactions won't be genuine. Let's go ahead and take a look at the terrain. Bit of an older version of Northrend that we're seeing. No entrance here, no entrance from Sholzar Basin as well. It's just kind of closed up. It's much more protected. And some things have been added. Look at a Flame Leviathan sitting over here. It looks like they've got all the bosses. Oh, they've got all the bosses over in Northrend. That is actually kind of cool. And Ulduar, I'm sure it leads up to one of these many areas. We'll try to keep an eye on that. Possibly while down here. The Forgotten One. No, that's got to be Ijul Naru. But where would Ulduar lead to? Califax, you're not Ulduar. Get out of here. Look how many things. Ooh, the Twisting Nether even looks far more Twisting Nethery, much less like a fortress where they're all hanging out waiting, and more like they were just wandering around this blasted land that their magic has destroyed, and thought, huh, perhaps. Oh wait, The Demon Matrix. I like that the base can defend itself. That's good. And better choke points, you'll notice as well. An enemy army is going to have to go all the way through here, through a lot of dangerous territory. And if you have any kind of siege units parked in this area, you'll have a wonderful opportunity to weaken that force as it approaches you. Let's go ahead and take a look at the south fight. Green. Oh, man. And Teal has had all of his outlying bases removed. Everything that was out there that people think should go to Teal, such as Twilight Highlands or Blackrock Fortress or Blackrock Depths, it all goes to Green. He's in charge of handling the outside first. Teal's job is to quickly get outland and then start helping, because right now it's still a 2v1, and Teal can break out and claim Netherguard Keep. Okay.
Our forces are under attack.
Oh, okay, so Sukramo saying that there is no Ulduar yet. Hannibal has not added it, but I look forward to the potential of it, and I do like that these things exist there. As far as we know, these things have always existed in WoW. It's not, you know, it's not WoW lore, it's just lore. Unless, you know, those events specifically were like, no, Ulduar was created after. No, it wasn't. It's been around there way longer than anything else, and that's the... Oh! Guys, yellow. He's having none of it. Reaper of Doom says no. There's no way I'm gonna let him hump us. Hump us. Did you ever gonna get humpust? Alright, let's go ahead and read the players who are in here. Brown, our druid player, is going to be Archimenon. Dark green is Stain 123 or 1231. Sukramo's light blue. Daggett 24 is gray. Doominator is pink. Hempas is green. Grecker is orange. Reaper of Doom is going to be yellow. I am Tasia is purple. Battlemaniac CK, or Battlemaniac K, is teal. Joresh is blue. And Des Jarles 12. Man, you guys have some weird names. Alright, is green ready for this? We do see that he has begun moving his units. Nekrosh, Lord of the Dragon Maw, moving up quickly to take out some enforcers and bandits, but he's got yellow parked outside his base, and the minute yellow actually brings a mortar team, or even two up here, it's going to be a little difficult for him to hold Grim Batol with only one building here, a token number of units. Let's see if he's paying any attention to Blackrock. No, indeed, not quite yet. Pink! Ah! Pink! Alright, so Pink is going to be moving quickly into Sukramo's territory, trying to claim the Warsong Lumber Camp and putting pressure on the Night Elves early. You'll see a small difference in terrain here. Raised section that I very much like. It plays to the Night Elves' strengths of ranged attack damage, being able to position your units effectively. This is a hell of a choke point to try to get up through. You have to claim all this outlying area before you move into Fellwood, or I would say you're kind of screwed moving into that area. There's very little chance. Alright, Emerald Scion? Wow, that must be a hero unit here. Hero armor, hero damage, 1,000 health points, and it's not a demi as far as I can tell. Does that permanent immolation? No, but some kind of strange graphic swirling about his blades. Very little movement here in the south. Dark Green's comfortably taking Stranglethorn. This is great. I know where all the I know where most things are now. I don't have to hate myself. Brown? Okay, Archemion, let's go ahead and check on him. I do tend to give the Kalimdor fight a little bit less due than it deserves, and that's a shame. But it would appear that at the moment I'm not. It's just Pink moving up into this area, while Sukramo decides what his next move is going to be.
Our allies' town needs help.
Maev already under attack. That's because he's creeping most of Kalimdor. Corrupted Tree of Eternity added down here in Feralis. Or that's Feralis, right? Hey, look, I'm not dumb. I'm not dumb. This tree is in position to be one of the big trees. Like one of the 4 big trees that guards the world, right? The other one should be over here in the hinterlands, right about there. But no, it looks like only old Teldrassil is going to get any love. Nordrassil. Teldrassil's dead. What am I talking about? Archimon gave it the flamey treatment. Yellow's moved down. Is he still camped out in front of Green's base? He is taking a wally-womping right now as Green finally moves out. But the Mortar teams are here with Grim Batol being attacked. That's what forced Green's hand to come out and fight now. He knows he doesn't have any other option while Grim Batol is being bombarded so effectively. Yellow able to spam Rifleman here, and he's got a cannon tower he can fall back to. Let's see who this ends up favoring. It would seem Yellow has pulled the advantage out of this fight, but not enough to run into the defenses of Green quite yet. Dark Green, meanwhile, still taking Stranglethorn. Stone Talon Mountain taken by taken by Gray, actually. Chen Stormstout, an actual hero in this version. Vol'jin and Cairn for Gray as well. Let's go ahead and check out the heroes for Teal. I'm assuming he still has Magtheridon, Kargath, Zulahead. Okay, I actually like that grouping a little bit better. It gives you a caster and 2 melee instead of 3 melee. Makes you feel a little bit better about yourself. And if that chain heal's still there, God, does that make you feel better about yourself. Reaper of Doom, of course, Muradin and Magni. How could that be anything else? Magni's aura is an unholy aura and a holy aura. This is very strange. The dwarves are playing both sides of the table against each other, sneaky bastards. They've allied good and evil for double aura bonus. Hacks. Pink, despite taking this, has not moved yet to take anything else from light blue. He seems content to allow brown and light blue's bases to sit here, which might be a mistake, as brown has now arrived and light blue will be moving back up to deal with gray soon. Gray now moving along the left side of Kalimdor to take back as many of Sukramo's control points as he possibly can. Saying Pink can't get into West Ashenvale yet. It's blocked. He's right. It's completely blocked. I'm an idiot. There we go. Alright, Green still dealing with Yellow. Yellow's managed to claim Grimbatal, but he's not able to actually go in there and kill Yellow yet. Dark Green... Oh, man. See, this is the problem. Look at this. If Yellow and Dark Green would just attack Blackrock right now, it would die. No two ways about it, guys. It would absolutely crumble. He'd have to go in here and finish everything off. You can see he's quite content to sit here with his Demi-Urok Gorehowl, or Doomhowl. Oh, he's going to try to claim the Dark Irons. Alright. I like this base very much. Blackrock entrance, and it comes down into... I'm not seeing... Either Ragnaros can be summoned, or he's just not in this version yet. I'm sure Sukrama will let me know. Green still saying, no, it's my tower, stop it, I'm very upset. And now people are wondering, he's ignoring the north. There's a lot of fights going on, guys. Alright, so purple and orange, finally. You can see purple in this version is only allied to orange. There are no elves as far as we know. This is for people who didn't catch the unedited version. This is same control point based map, but in this version there is no green to help out the North Alliance. It's just purple and orange controlling Dalaran the humans, as the elves did not join the fight till after Capital City had already fallen. And, I mean, technically, lore-wise, that's true. They are very segregationalist, they're very separatist, and they have no reason to join in. Purple does get a decent control. Oh, wow. Looks like using his Stormcasters there. I'm not sure what it was, but a decent amount of lightning damage done to Jubilee Thos and some of the backline units. All Silverhand Paladins ready. Let's see if Orange will reinforce this. It looked like he got caught out of position, but he is still fighting. Got both his heroes down here in the hinterlands, trying to push up and help at Skolamance. I'm not sure how that's going to go. Alright, Doc Green, have you attacked yet, or are you just sitting here with a bunch of units that aren't doing anything? Very good, just sitting there with a bunch of units that aren't doing anything. And meanwhile, Teal has moved out of Outland. He's, we're getting out of Outland, kid. Kargath Bladefist at level 5, taking the punch right to the enemies right now. Some chain heals, it sounds like, going off, but an anti-magic shield on a large number of Teal's units means that no shockwaves, no Maguses, not much is going to be effective. Luckily, hold on. This also means they can't get Bloodlust and similar effects. Unless, of course, that anti-magic shield just looked like an anti-magic shield, was actually a different spell. We'll find out soon, I'm sure. Light Blue moves up across the way to join forces with Brown's Fandral Staghelm. Fandral looking a bit bigger and more muscly than I remember him from WoW, but that's fine. Antonidas finally joins up here for the fight at Skolamance as Abominations pack the bridge. There's no way. The Paladins have to force their way through every fleshy, fat, stitched together bit before they can finally take down Kel'Thuzad or any of these Necromancers. And in the meantime, he's just pumping them out. Let's see what kind of bank is Des looking at. 250 still on the table, and if he can get some Crypt Fiends mixed in there, it's going to start to hurt. Remember, Crypt Fiends do a surprising amount of damage, and I believe they'd had poison added to them, yes. So this is very good for Red. I would advise perhaps a few less Abominations now, as he does have a good solid line, and begin Meat Wagon production to pound the back lines. These Stormcasters and Orange's units are unarmored, of course, meaning that they're just asking for a beating. And Blue, Jorish already has a Doom Drop prepared right outside the gates of Stratholme, or rather, the dock of Stratholme. Alright, Green is tussling with Yellow. Yellow's been forced to retreat. And has he see, as Yellow, your job is to take out this base. That's my first opinion. You take this out, and then you help Dark Green. There's no way you can effectively battle with all kinds of stuff in your back. Now, Muradin's on the front line. Very possible for him to get sniped here, but Yellow has a great number of units. Meta tanks? Oh, do those tanks heal? You're kidding me. No way do these tanks... Oh my god, they're like... I think they're like Red's... statues, right? They're like Red statues, but I'm guessing maybe they only do health? I don't know. Either way, that's weird because they don't have a mana system, which means that Yellow has a pretty effective long-term healing in his Steam Tanks now. It's a nice method of making the Steam Tanks feel more effective and useful in the long run. Magni and Muradin and Bailgun all retreating in the face of these giant enforcers. Green's units are tanky, and with Red Drake supporting, Hampus has even made sure to swallow up the enemy Dwarven units to keep them off the field. If he can take out that Red Drake, an angry Dwarven warrior will pop out. I like that it's got the walrus face, though. Look at that. I'll tell you what, if any race was going to compete with the dwarves for their beards and mustaches, it would be the Tuskar, okay? I've seen them. They're beautiful. Light blue and brown managed to catch Stonewall Keep undefended. I'm imagining gray must be running down here right about now. A couple Braves. I like that the units are even changed. Their names have been changed, and that's enough to make me feel like it's a whole new game. Cairn is uselessly wandering around Thunderbluff like, I don't know what to do. The elves are so angry. And Brown even coming across the river to deal the damage to Pink. Now Ashenvale opened up. Ancient Protectors on the front. It's actually an Infernal spell with piercing damage and fortified armor. I like that. Firbolg Ursa Warriors were removed for a good reason, in that if you can summon 3 of them, you basically have unlimited stuns. If you just stun one at a time, it's like having 3 Doom Guards very early on with their chaos damage, good armor, and ability to stun. It's... I don't know. Sukramo, you're always the one talking about bugs. That feels a little broken to me, buddy. I'm sure he'll whisper back and be like, actually, Pink has something equally broken. So we're dealing with a Dark Ages of Warcraft situation here, where if everything's unbalanced, nothing's unbalanced. I'm just kidding. Let's hear from him. Hi, Bert J16, Isaac502, other people in the chat, Jenzul Parko, Sukramo, Fantastic Voyages. It's good to see you all. Thank you for joining for the live cast at 4:30 p.m. West Coast time. But Green, not to be deterred, says, fine, you want to beat the crap out of my base? I'm going to beat the crap out of your base. And Doc Green, this is the time when you go, oh, Green is sending units up to attack my ally. Perhaps now's the time to fight. After all, I've successfully locked Teal back in his base, and I have nothing else to deal with. The options are to sit up, upgrade, and do nothing while my enemies upgrade as well, or I could kill them right now. Most Dark Greens don't go for the killing them right now option, unfortunately. Savage Hall! Oh, a named beautiful hall I haven't paid attention to. I don't even know what it does. But Varrock surfing on the front line with other grunts, trying to hold Brown outside of Orgrimmar. 7 gold only for Pink right now, but you gotta remember, put an Orc in that burrow, you know, a couple advanced boulder towers, a little help from Gray. Unfortunately, Gray's in no position right now, as I do believe Thunderbluff is about to be taken out by the Night Elfin Force as well. 1-0 for Sukramo, going for a more unit-based strategy than an upgrade strategy. That's how much money he's floating, in fact. 227. So a possible couple unused upgrades sitting there, or units, but always nice to have something in the bag in case there is an unexpected turnabout in the game. You know, you're like, oh no, I'm doing great, I'll spend all my money in Eastern Kingdoms. Oh no, all my CPs in Kalimdor have gotten taken and I can't do anything about it. It's the worst. Bert J16, this is not actually Azeroth Wars, this is Azeroth Wars it's not Azeroth Wars LR, this is Azeroth Wars Genesis, an alternate map with many of the same terrain and teams, but with slight differences, such as green and teal being allied. Fellhorde and Dragmaw clan and purple and orange have to face off against red and blue on their own. Red, wow, he's really pushed into Anderhall at this point, and improved cannon tower's in a great place. It's going to do amazing damage against these Crypt Fiends. Purple in the back with his chaplains trying to stay alive. Chaplains used to have chain heal. I don't think they have anymore. Okay, red is in a good position, but I think that long term we're about to see red start to fall. How many... His money is really what I need to look at. He's fine. 343. I don't think the North Alliance can handle that. Between the two of them, they have about the same amount of money. Purple, what are you doing? Your base is under attack. He's like, no, no, no. I only use paladins. Tyrion Forging, a new hero I hadn't noticed. Commander of the Silver Hand, 57 to 63 damage. It's very strong for a 4th level hero. And our town is under siege. Oh wow, looks like blue did in fact activate his Doom Drop. Not at Stratholme, but rather up here in Quel'Thalas. He could take out the Elven Runestones, destroy the base. Well, I think he can destroy the base. Let's go back, take a look back at yellow. He's taking back his control points, and green's been forced to retreat to fight dark green, successfully driving dark green away, and dark green has not pushed into Outland either. I think teal's probably beginning to mass. Yeah, you can see the advanced boulder tower right there. It's going to be a tough position for dark green to advance into. And red forced to back up just a little bit. Orange trying to heal up, get his Archmage Eye out as quickly as he can. I'm assuming that's about the same as, what is it, the Council, the Council of Tirisfal. One more shot from the boulder tower before it goes down. 2 more shots. 3 more shots. Oh, that boulder tower really knows how to deliver a good game. Purple, now back in a good spot. If he can stop the reinforcements coming across the bridge, he'll be very good, and the Paladin's AoE will continue to do damage, unless, of course, Sukrama wants to tell me Paladins don't have AoE, in which case I will say that's good. I think it's probably one of the more broken things I've ever seen. I don't think there's a doubt as to who's winning in Kalimdor right now. Brown's finally clearing out Orgrimmar, and Cenarius sits happy dandy all up inside Orc territory. Spamming more Stormcasters out here for Purple. Looks like Stormcaster Paladin is his strategy. Wow, Sylvanas Windrunner, a demi brought forward from Green's lands to try to help out, but if she gets aimed down, she's as good as gone. In fact, she's already been crippled, cursed, poisoned. They're really trying to go for her. They know they need her. Orange, what are you up to down here? It's probably microing Sylvanas and not doing much else. I can't blame her. I guess this is where the fight is. And we can just ignore the fact. Oh, wow. It looks like Orange has now control of all of the Elven territory. He can start to fight back, give him a little bit of money, some units. Kael'thas, Sunstrider. Wow, how many? Oh. I guess Kael'thas makes it Orange's third hero. Sorry, Wrath Redeemer. Yeah, the mobile app is kind of difficult if you're running it on like a data plan or something. It's a bit slow. Warriors now from Orange trying to hold the front line. Orange not taking the Alterac control point. That's fine. He needs to get to the front line faster anyway. Problem is he could get caught in reinforcements. He doesn't have the damage he needs to wipe out these units in one hit, and as such, he's having a problem with them beginning to pile up over time. Yellow, though, looking in a very strong position as he can finally move south to deal with Green. I believe he's probably just cleaning out these ogre camps. There we go. That's what he's doing, laddie. Say good, laddie. No action in Outland yet. Magtheridon is so nervous. We're at the 13-minute mark and he's still level 13. Poor bastard. Speeding it up because Red's wrecking crap and Orange can't do anything. Actually, now with Rock Golems, Orange does have a reliable, summonable tank along with the Water Elementals as well. Oh, but the AoE on Antonius, he's got to get out of there. Very easy to aim him with a Death Coil or something similar in just a second. Jaina being ignored. Blizzard going down to the perfect place. Necromancers and Crypt Fiends taking extreme damage. And I think Orange might have found the sweet spot. I remember that old stun from Antonius. You haven't done much work on him, have you? He's still got Summon, AoE Stun. Yeah, it's an AoE channeled stun. It's brutal. And Baron Rivendare. Turn around. One more lightning bolt. One more lightning bolt to the face. Don't let him get away. It's a hero. It's 100. Ah, fuck me. I think he's already healed himself with a Death Coil. That is such a shame. Orange really needs to be aware of what's going on in the fight. Keep an eye on heroes. And I know hero aiming is a little bit questionable, but you tell you what, if the idiot's got his hero on the front line and it's already taking damage, there's nothing that says you can't just go ahead and say, fine, I'm going to take out your obviously most powerful weapon that you've put on the front line and allowed to get damage. Duh! It's a strategy game. It's not called a friendly game. This isn't you who... I don't know, I was going to say Hello Kitty Island Adventure, but that doesn't feel quite right. Yeah, I think Quel'Thalas is kind of fucked too. He's doing damage. Mal'Ganis has sustained quite a bit of damage, but between these Infernal Contraptions, wow, the Infernal Contraptions, lovely unit. I like the balance here in that they have heavy armor, do chaos damage, very good range. They're a phenomenal siege unit, but they're not quite as broken as what we see from Blue in Azeroth Wars, where they can drop Infernals, they have tons of health and, you know, fortified armor, immune to spells. This is better. You know, strong unit, glass cannon kind of thing. I can get on board with that. Hello there, Dreamweaver. Pleasure to have you join us. Let's see, Sakramo. Have you told... Red is kind of OP in this version, and they're fixing it. Okay, so it sounds like they're acknowledging it. 1,300 health on your Abominations is a little crazy, and of course the amount of money he was able to put together is also a little crazy. Wow! Wow! I am Tasia just going... He's going to Northrend. Is this an event? You're going to have to tell me that, Sukramo. I think... I mean, there's 2 Alliance transport ships, but that could have just been spawned, of course, to allow Purple the option of leaving if he didn't want to do this. As many of you might be aware, old Azeroth Wars had many events that spawned your units in weird places, and old... let's go. In my day, back in my day, what we had to do, was back in my day, Yellow actually had Muradin up here. For those who didn't suffer this insanity, Muradin started out in Northrend, Grey started out in 3 separate positions, one of them being over in Zul'Aman. Pink had a base down here in Stranglethorn, in fact, where Drekthar was located. But also, you had Drekthar, the Thrall, and then Grey had 2 groups of bases that he had to evacuate all the way to Kalimdor. But back then, seeing an Eastern Kingdom's horde was not that weird. Dark Greens lived in fear of the day when they went down to scout and saw that Teal and Gray had not left. I mean, Pink and Gray had not left, and in fact, there was an army waiting. He's like, oh, I gotta fight Teal, Pink, and Gray. This is a nightmare. Because, come on, think about it from Teal and Gray's point of view. Tons of battles, lots of fights going on, free experience just all over the place. And now we can begin to pick up the speed once more. Dark Green now has control. I do miss this. This is a very, very old Stromgarde here. I like the new Stromgarde, but I don't like the fact that new Stromgarde doesn't have a port. Even though I don't think Stromgarde having a port is lore accurate. I've been around that place in a while. Zul'Gurub not taken. I think Yellow's just letting his ally know, hey, there's a little bit of free stuff going on here. Ooh, Cthulhu, old Cthulhu, 13,000 hit points. Hopefully light blue and brown will give us a show and kill it off before they go destroy the rest of the world. Wascally wabbits. Northrend Expedition. Yes, it's an event, says Sukramo. Good. So that allows Purple to come here with a small base. Probably just cuts down on mining, cuts down on time. You know, if you've won in North Alliance, often it's annoying to try to set up a base, get your units on boats. The Northern Alliance event, Expedition event, sounds like it's an interesting way of getting over there quickly instead of wasting time. Oh my god! Oh, that thing is as big as Anub'arak himself! Huh. Carrion Leviathans for red. If that... Is that Anub'arak's permanent subbin? It's got 49 to 70 chaos damage and 13 armor. Wow, that's strong. Okay, finally Yellow and Dark Green seem to have decided they're going to wipe out Blackrock. Or Myrnin and Magnite could get drawn in completely unawares. Yellow just dies. Wow, that is sad. And I think this is the right... Oh, wow. More luring going on as Teal tries to pull Dark Green into the portal where he doesn't... Oh, take it back. McDermott could get aimed down right now if he's not careful. No Spearman to slow him down, which means that Dark Green has done nothing but throw in tons of units against a terrible position. Oh, he's going to lose so much stain. Get out of there. It's 2-1 to 2-0. These guys are going to whoop your butt with plenty of Death Knights on the field for Teal as well. I don't know why they have Death Knights. What the fuck? I mean... Yes, Death Knights are originally a horde thing. I agree. They are horde. Fell-based. Green moving out now, and no reinforcements. Actually, just a few reinforcements, and even just these spearmen sent up to flank would be enough to help out. You know, maybe take out the advanced boulder tower for Yellow. Yellow being driven back. I don't think this is the right choice for him right now. Although, wow. Look how many of these units are polymorphed. I think Yellow had that fight. Yellow had that fight by the balls. There's no reason for him to retreat. Sakramo's over in the chat. It's really funny to watch Sakramo have the map that he advertises put on display, because he's like, okay, yeah, maybe that's got a problem or two. Admittedly, they've both been in the works for a very long time, but it's fun. Oh man, Ren Blackhand getting a little ballsy and deciding to move out. Dark Green, what are you doing? Either leave it alone and don't sit here because your units are doing nothing. Losing Netherguard, Blastoland's not a big deal. You've got your choke point. What's really important is connecting with your ally, guys. Priorities, okay? You can hold the bridge. There's no problem. You've got more control points than your enemies. You're in a better position. Sitting in front of this and giving your opponent time to build up, upgrade, and lure your units in with free skeleton warriors is a waste of time and resources that I hate to see. Yeah, 1200 health. Some people are freaking out over those red carrion beetles we saw. My god. So strong. Where are you? I bet those carrion beetles are near you. Oh, look at the size of that thing. It's probably benefiting from the undead health upgrade, which is good. Alright, Purple, back from his Northern Expedition, he decided I didn't care for the weather. It was a little bit stressful. People weren't that nice. There were giant bugs. It was like Australia, but colder, and he just called it a day, and I respect that. At any time, Blue can load his units back into boats and drop Stratholme, because he's now completely finished taking out the Elven Grand Sunwell. I don't know what benefits they grab. Does Kel'Thuzad going to the Sunwell now do the same thing it's always done, which allows him to turn into Lich Kel'Thuzad, or is it superfluous at this point? Free water elementals being used to take out units here and there. I like this. I like this strategy a lot. This is the annoying orange that we see all the time. Purple needs to push right now. While orange is doing tons of damage and basically rearranging these battle lines so that all the weakest units that suffer from the AoE and damage that purple would be doing are in the back right now. Absolutely he should be. And look how much damage they've all taken. Orange is doing a great job of being cost effective at the moment. Highly like his playstyle. Probably not the best. I'm sure he's floating. No, he's floating some money. Wow, what? Okay, so now that it looks like... Wow, my Mutanto says. I'm trying to understand this. So after the elves die, in Dalaran spawns Lady Vosh and a bunch of heroes. Kael'thas as well. Still under Orange's control, so there's no betrayal. He could choose to go somewhere else with them, or he could stay here and continue the fight. I like that. And it's a good number of units, too. It's nothing to sneeze at. I mean, that many Spellbreakers and Workers and those 2 extra heroes on the front line will make a huge difference. Jaina got to back out before she gets taken down. And Purple a little bit late with his charge, but I like to see that he was paying attention. He'll take out a few Crypt Fiends for free, essentially. See, 1 upgrade out of Purple for the defense on his Silverhand Paladins, as he is the tank of the North Alliance. It's a wise choice. He hasn't had much time to put in anything else. Has he been upgrading his Stormcasters? No, seeming to favor them, and yet not upgrading them. They must have a very good level 1 ability that he's using. Daggett's angry. Oh, it looks like Brown hunted Daggett all the way to the Tomb of Sargeras, murdered him. Ah, that's why Gray's mad. Okay. Gray was going to go piratey, and Brown showed up. So, big high five to Archimenon. Orange! Actually, Orange lost too many. If they'd attacked together, this would have been more effective. But I think as it is, Red will hold. And Blue will continue to destroy everything, and Red's even moving to Stratholme. I think this is a good game for the North Alliance. Red is in too many places, too firmly entrenched with better upgrades and more units. I just don't see it happening. Daggett gives his last little hurrah as he leaves the game, telling people that they shouldn't be alive. Oh, they're attacking Cthulhu! Alright, Light Blue is going to take over Cthulhu, the mind control, same old thing. Wow, I really forgot how this looked back in old versions. Very basic. I think he has enough DPS though. 2-1 upgrades now for the Night Elven army. And has Green been taken down? Nope, Green hasn't been taken down yet. Has Dark Green moved into the portal? Nope, Teal's still here. Everyone is just massing up and refusing to fight in the South Alliance. We are 21 minutes in. We've had two major conflicts. I'm sorry. Green's base being destroyed and the fight at the Dark Portal, and it's just devolved into nothing. Yellow could win easily. Dark Green could just send a few units up, flank those Demolishers, kill off a couple important units. He'd win. I don't... What? The Yellow's got equal upgrades and more units. Get in there, buddy. Come on, stop being so passive. What are you doing, kid? Get out of here. You're making me look foolish. Oh, Purple is pushed back into a very bad position. Sakramo, can he walk on that? It doesn't seem like he can walk on that. Wow, what the hell? Knights actually look like they're producing a defensive aura. So a reason to build Knights in limited numbers with other units of support. I like giving Purple's units more utility so that even if you do decide to go, let's say, Hero Squad, at least you've built up other units and you have them there and you're a little more flexible. Doing his best to stay on the front line as long as he can, activates his Divine Shield to save one of his Paladins, but in doing so activates all of his Paladins' Divine Shields and has to back up completely in order to get a better position. This Cannon Tower is doing a great job, though. Orange moving up, taking out reinforcements. Okay, I gotta say, they're taking a pounding, but they're not completely out of it yet. Teal is boss. Who said Teal is boss? Teal's doing nothing right now. Battle Maniac is just occasionally trying to draw units. Look, Dark Green has left. He's made himself a sandwich. He's quietly supping a cup of tea as he has all of his units on hold position. It's embarrassing. Let's not even begin to discuss how weird that is. Ah, this fight is so slow down in the south. I speed it up. But to be fair, the North Alliance fight has been exciting enough to cover all the bases. Wow, he's really holding it there. It looks like these storm abilities may be doing single target damage. It's hard to tell. Oh, Tyrion Forging is very low. He needs a quick boost in health, but no, instead activating his Divine Shield. Do all of Purple's units have Divine Shield? Getting rid of Garithos, probably not the worst idea, as it does allow you to activate Divine Shield on your front line without immediately having to go to your Paladins and start spamming heals on Garithos, because he's really the only other thing in the front line early on, or, you know, if you're doing a Hero Squad. So you hit your Divine Shield, and everyone goes, wow, Garithos is fucked! And they just destroy him. I think Garithos, out of all of the heroes in this game, probably has the highest PTSD effect. And Green's now pushing in. Chain Heal's going down. Yellow has got his healers. I say Yellow's got this fight, even if Dark Green just sends a couple units. Red Drake's not holding on. intelligently using... Wow, he's really using that polymorph. Yellow's technicians must be able to do that or something. But it's a remarkably strong spell. And I think perhaps something that does need to be balanced, because I've played green and I've played races with polymorph, and if you get 3 groups polymorphing people with some kind of mana regen, it's brokenly strong. You could just have an army of sheep standing on a bridge while you murder them. Wow! Purple is making a hell of a time for red here. Hearthglide is held on very powerfully. But we do hear human units beginning to die. Silveram Paladins falling. AoE attempting to be used, but this is looking like the end here. Kel'Thuzad unable to be killed off. Yep, there it is. They can walk through that path, so I was wondering why purple hadn't backed up. Ooh. Alright, what are people saying? Shockwave-based things from Storm? It might be a shockwave, but I'm inclined to believe that the cannon tower is the reason that we saw so many units on lower health. Brown in the Tomb of Sargeras? Yes, he is. Thank you, chat. And it looks like he's going to take out the last of this. Cenarius already has the eye. Ooh, and a Mana Stone. You guys included Mana Stones for Brown? That's strong on a 1500 hit point or mana point hero like Cenarius. Usually, heroes like Archimonde and Cenarius are balanced out by the fact that their mana begins to wane down. But this is the equivalent of having both a Mask of Mana and a Mana Potion. And I guess that's actually the point I should discuss. It's not that broken since it's a 25% bonus to mana regen, and you can eat it to get more mana back at the end of the day. Wow. I Am Teja is really giving me a fun fight to watch up here at Hearthglide. This is awesome. I would love to see him run out and just bulldoze Kel'Thuzad, get him off the map once and for all. Come on, Yellow! What are you doing? What the fuck? Where is Yellow? Oh, he's cleaning out Green's base. How did he get in there? Oh, it's there's 2 Blackrock entrances. Of course, lore accurately, there are 2 Blackrock entrances, and Yellow went through one of them to start claiming Green's area. Where's the other entrance come in through then? Through. Oh, there's Ragnaros. Oh, good. He looks like a kind sort of fella. Oh, there's the other entrance. Green, finally realizing what's going on, is sending his grunts in to fight down here. Yellow needs to be wise and take out the advanced bowler tower before he begins this large fight. Ah, Magnite's caught out of position, deep in enemy territory, 100 health. Ooh, he's trying to run him away at the moment, but it looks like he's going to be down for good. Urok Doomhowl also on low health. He should target him down with Bronzebeard. Finally wipe out that, bit of oh god, what is with people not seeing low? Okay, it's down. He will res. Yellow still has a good position, and he has tons of mortar teams over here to do the AoE. Ren Blackhand is the only real problem at the moment. Hex used on Bronzebeard to keep him quiet. Ren Blackhand now in danger, and these meta tanks are blocking the path, which means that if Yellow tries to retreat right now, he might get caught. Nekrosh, Durok Doomhowl. Actually, Green's feeling pretty good at the moment. Besides Ren Blackhand, everything else is on relatively high health. Oh no, there goes the aim. Bronzebeard. Does he have some kind of Windwalker way to escape this? No, he will just get aimed down. Green being very smart, deciding that's the most expensive unit I can kill while still causing my opponent some trouble. And Dark Green has finally moved in. Sorry I missed the fight at the bridge. A few units did fall. Boulder Tower is down, and Teal is regrouped here at Hellfire Citadel in the perfect choke point. Chain Heel's going down. Oh man. Even if he changes... If he could just change this to a Boulder Tower, that would be remarkably effective. Valiant's being spammed from Dark Green, I guess. I guess there were no Outriders. Alright, Green's finally pushed Yellow back, but Yellow did do a decent amount of damage, wiped out a good chunk of this base's defenses, and claimed a few control points. Put Green on a... Green's going to have to pay attention to the outside now, and if he does pay attention to the outside, Yellow retreats and attacks. Oh, what have I done? We'll restart in part 2, guys. I'll let the game catch back up here, but we'll be playing in zoomed out mode for the rest of... zoomed in mode for the rest of part 1, which is fine, because this map's got some beautiful terrain on it. Yellow... sorry, light blue, no doubt, went ahead and got himself the item, but what does it drop? So Chroma, go ahead and let me know what that dropped, because the options are Sword of 1,000 Lies or the Librum of Veracity. Increase the attack damage of the hero by 2. Oh, you guys want to know what else? Does anyone remember the version with Azeroth Wars where you could build items? You could buy items from your Great Forge. And that was kind of Yellow's thing, was like, yeah, he's super supporty until Murden hits level 20 and gets all the items on him, and then he just destroys things. Yeah, they're saying I had one job, was not to zoom in. Screw you. Do you guys want this kind of, moving around, or do you want the smooth professional caster? I have to push down on the middle button to get that. And when I push down on the middle button, I zoom in sometimes. Oh, we'll put it on speed up now. Teamwork, maybe, says red. Oh, and another paladin goes down for purple. His death sound depressing to me in the extreme. And teal won the fight at Hellfire Citadel. Well, I say he won the fight, but he really just drove Dark Green away. Dark Green probably still waiting outside the portal. He is, and he's finally incorporated Spearman, making that aiming job against MacDarrett and other similar heroes much easier. I would say probably some priests too, buddy, because your enemy seems to be very fond of throwing skeletons at you. And now with an Air Force, Teal thinks he's feeling confident enough to push out. Dark Green does have the advantage at the moment with the surround and the ability to reinforce directly from this barracks, hopefully from all of his barrackses. He's 88 gold, and his upgrades are superior, if just barely. Lots of slows going down. See, this is why he needs this. He needs dispels to get rid of the slows on his army. Yeah, sure, he'll get rid of his own buff, but I'd say I'd rather get rid of a slow on my unit and that +2 armor than allow the slow to continue to exist. But also for Bloodlust, or any buffs that Teal is giving to his army. There's never a reason not to upgrade your priest to at least dispel level. Sure, if you don't like inner fire, whatever, you're wrong. But do me a favor, and at the very least, get dispel. Because so often games are lost by people who just aren't dispelling. Doomhammer, Eye of Sargeras, Bring of Protection, Boots of Speed, Horn of Cenarius, and Summon Workers on Cenarius. Oh, he's going to do some damage soon. Oh yeah, Jenzel's talking about the airship bug where you can get unlimited green airships. If we're talking, this game has had some interesting times. There have been times when things were great and then things were horrible. I think they're in a pretty good position right now. And there we go. Infernal Machine's going to work their way through Dalaran. Violet Citadel will fall very soon. Is Orange going to hold the inside, though? He has all of his Magus here. And he's still... I don't think he knows he has Lady Vosh. Does he know? Just break the prison gate and you can leave. Or you can just take the portal. One of the two. But fight. How many units does Blue have in Dalaran at the moment? Okay. What I think Orange should do right at this moment is... absolutely leave the Dalaran dungeons and attack Blue, or lure them inside. Right now, all the Infernal Machines are in the back. Oh, wow. A lot of water elementals being sent out, targeting the wrong thing, in my opinion. But, yeah, there we go. Obsidian Statue, that's what I was talking about earlier with yellow. But he needs to aim down these Infernal Contraptions, and he has enough units to do it effectively and quickly. Oh, God, he's stepping out after he's already told his opponent that he's going to be there. Antonidas takes a huge amount of damage right off the bat. Immediately backs up. Smart move. Utilize your Blood Elf units. Red Blackhand has moved out of Blackrock Fortress into the Badlands to take control points back from Yellow, but Yellow, sensing the weakness perhaps, is on his way. Jesus, Yellow. This fight is so drawn out down here. It feels like the red fight and the Kalimdor fight perhaps going by far too quickly, as this gives plenty of time for Brown and everyone else to... Oh my god, look at that. Instead of having an ally count, it tells you what level their heroes are. Wait, no, is that their highest level hero? Is that what it tells you? Hero says... No, that can't be right. Hero kills, perhaps, is what they mean. And then units they've killed, probably as well, not units currently on the field. Or else Purple would just not be in the horrible position he's in. Yeah, I was about to say, Purple's done a great job. Purple really held off against Red. Dark Green probably feeling pretty good too, as he's killed off quite a few of the skeletons. Alright guys, we are going to... No, let's go ahead and finish this up. Let's finish Capital City falling and the Dalaran fight before we go ahead and call it part 1 and we'll move into part 2. We're not going to have to wait long, as Blue is impatient, has moved directly into the Dalaran dungeons. Ooh, what's my mutant say? Is that a unit perhaps that it's possible for Red or Blue to get? I've got to imagine... Oh no, it's probably just hits the Book of Medivh. And here's Orange trying to hold. The gates are broken down. Blood Elf units begin to stream through these nonsensically. But he could hold. He could hold. Spellbreaker's very strong. Blood Elf Warrior's immune to magic, if I remember correctly. Mana regen. Heroes being used. Arc Magi. Towers. Reinforcements. Flame Strike Sword is there. Come on. He just needs to get some good hits on these back lines. Any kind of cannon tower in this position would be overpowered. But it looks... he's backing his units up too much. And Antonidas getting aimed. We see Frost Arrow. Ooh. The Voidwalker wants to take out Antonidas. Wow, Orange is going to hold the blue fight, I think. He might... Blue's not going to leave without taking something with him. He does target the towers down. Blue's very well aware of what's going on. He says, I would flee. Oh, he's telling Orange, I would flee if I were you. Okay, I thought he was saying, I would flee, but I'm too dumb. Now, once more, it looks like Yellow's considering going into Blackrock Depths. But we'll find out on the next episode of Azeroth Wars Genesis. Thank you all for joining me. This has been the one, the only, the Azothan. We'll move into part 2 in about 15 minutes. That gives me time to grab something to eat and do a couple other things. I will see all of you in chat in just a moment, and I'll talk to you guys before we go into part 2 so we can have a little interaction. I know I've been focused on the game. Until then, see you guys in part 2. Bye.